too insecure, our society, the way we're raised, and TV, everything that distracts us from life. Like, these guys do some weird fucking exercise that like blew my fucking mind, dude.
What's the exercise?
Every day, objectively, they just rewind that day.
Oh, at the end of the day?
And at every day, they rewind the day.
They
hold a corn husk and they record the day into the corn husk.
What do you mean they recorded? They
like objectively, they go, oh, I really liked the way the sky made me feel today. Nothing like that. They go, like, I took a shit, I did this, I did this, I did this, but it's everything backwards. Like, the shit comes into your ass, the food goes out of your mouth. Like, you bought something, the money comes back to you.
They do it backward?
They record the entire day backwards.
Well, I don't understand what they talk about it.
Do it. No, they just close their eyes. Do it tonight. It's crazy. And you do everything. You like go. I watch TV for 2 hours.
Yeah.
I took a nap. Like, but it's like you see it in your head, and it's like, I'm like, man, like,
wow.
Every time, like, you ask,
can you do that?
That's the only way to know you're crazy. That's what when I was in India, in Bodh Gaya, under the Bodhi tree where Buddha found enlightenment, there was this Hindu sadhu, like this wandering holy man, and he told me the only way to understand how crazy you are, but he didn't do it backwards. He said, is at the end of the day, go through everything you did that day and why you did it, and at the end, over time, you'll start to understand how insane you are. But backwards is even more of a trip.
I mean, these guys, they were like little dudes with white hats that just like, you just felt like without them saying anything, and they were the, you know, they were just amazing. And then there was the two other shamans, Kathy and Nando from Brazil, that spoke English, that were gonna translate everything that they were saying and leading us through this thing. And so they mix up the ayahuasca, and I'm like, fuck, dude, like a quarter of a dose of mushrooms kept me high for 6 hours, and this is the most powerful thing in the world. Like, fuck it, I shouldn't even do like more than 2 sips. I drank the whole cup.
Oh, you crazy motherfucker, man!
Well, wait, what made you decide to do that when you were already thinking that?
I mean,
I was afraid Denzolo was going to pressure you into doing that.
No one pressured me into anything. It was just like everyone's like, cool, just, you know. And I laid down, you know, and it's, you know, it's tropical weather, it's very warm, and I laid down in the hut with my beach towel, and I closed my eyes, and it was like the mushrooms. I was like, maybe, you know, and part of ayahuasca is the purging. They're like, when you take this, like, you are gonna want to shit, you are gonna want to puke, and like, I brought the Depends male diapers, but I forgot to put them on. and
is it immediate? Like, as soon as you take it?
No, so it's like I took it, I laid down, like, and it was real peaceful, and I closed my eyes.
So you're by yourself now?
No, there's 30 people around. Everyone's laying next to each other, and oh my god, it was the most. It was, I can't even, like. Part of the ayahuasca description in the Wikipedia thing that I read after, not before, is that you cannot put into words what it's a spiritual experience. Like, everything I say about it is gonna make it sound cheap or like stonerish or retarded. Like, 1 trillion billion images and thoughts are happening at the same time, and you're able to process all of it. You're not like, whoa, dude, what's going on? It's like everything's moving at 1,000 fucking miles an hour. And so the first part of it, I was completely like taking out of my comfort zone. I was no longer like in Colombia. Like, it fucking ripped my soul out of my body, and whatever it was like God or a spirit or alien, showed me like mathematical equations and fucking this, and that part of it. Later, the Kogi said, you know what? That sometimes that's just a trick or a trap. What the fuck does any of that shit mean besides, ooh, pretty colors? Yeah. But the prettiest colors you've ever seen in your life. Yeah. Trillions of, and everything moves like a snaky vine kind of thing, and it's like just things you've never, like, but the thing is, everyone sees that stuff, you know? And then when you see movies like Avatar or Matrix or all these things, that, like, people are like, oh yeah, that shit's out there. So where is that? It's like just in our subconscious or like in another dimension. So that first part, I feel like, is just like a launch pad or a portal where you're just like tripping out, like, oh fuck. But it's like like Denzolo, it hit me harder than anybody. Like I was like leaking again. I had like tears, boogers, drool, and like people were doing this shit, and I was like, I was just gone. And then it showed me everything. And when I say everything, it showed me. And the thing is, whatever it is so fucking funny. It comes to me and it goes like this. He goes, "Hey Dave, you know Asians have the tightest pussies, right?" I was like, "That's what I thought." He's like, "No, they definitely have the tightest pussies." I'm like, "Well, if you say so." I mean, like, shit, dude. And like, I'm having this conversation, like, I was like sitting here and like I saw like a particle of dust, and I was like, I want to be on that particle of dust. And then I was on the dust, and then I would see the stars, and I'm like, oh shit, oh, you want to go to the stars? Let's go to the stars. And we fly through space, and then I'm like, fuck, dude, this star's so hot, I can't sit on it. And he's like, oh, I'll cool it down for you. So he cools it down. It's like I didn't see its face, but it was like this giant alien kind of thing. And we're sitting on the thing, and I'm like, dude, he's gonna tell me something crazy. And like, this isn't like whoa, I had this dream. Like, this shit is happening. Like, I'm having this conversation. Like, it's like as clear as like me talking to you right now. And he's like, first thing he says, he's like, Dave, you know Asians have the tightest pussies, huh? And I'm like, I thought they did, but I guess he's like, you know why? I'm like, why? He's like, well, it makes sense. Like, Asians have the smallest dick, so then the girls should have the smallest pussies. And I was like, yeah, that makes sense. But then he's like, but then I go, but then why do the Asians have the smallest dicks? And he's like, oh, you want to know all this shit? I'm like, okay, I'll tell you. And he goes, look, in the beginning, there was only white people and black people, and in the in-between, like brown people. That's it. The Asians did not exist.
I don't.
He's like,
I don't know whether that's historically accurate. Okay.
He's
let him finish.
He's like, you're like uncles, the grandfathers, like your distant relative fucked an alien. And I go, what? He goes, in the beginning, there was only white people and black people, and just the in-between brown people. That was it. That was the entire planet. Asians did not exist. And then one of my fucking retard relatives fucked one of your retard relatives, and that's how Asian people were born. You're half alien. You're a descendant of an alien. That explains
you are
all Asians. He's like, the first Asian person was half alien. And I go, what? And he goes, he's like, you want to see how big my dick is? And I go, okay. And he pulls his pants down, and there's nothing there. There's just a mound. And he goes, and I go, what? He goes, see, so I don't have any genitals. He's like, we're so fucking far beyond that. We're all about fucking a higher place, like you, the other humans, they fuck and all that shit. He's like, we're on some other shit, you know? He's like, you think Asians are the worst drivers? Of course they are. Look at how we drive. And he goes like this, and he moves his arm back, and I see the whole universe, and all these UFOs are flying in space like this. Like, they're all flying, like, zigzagging. He's like, we don't have any fucking road signs up here. We just fly like crazy. He's like, he's like, we fly like crazy up here, and then to constrain us.
Oh my god.
So I'm like, okay, so the UFO eyes explain sort of like, you know, the Asian eyes, and it's like, you have no
Wait,
penis.
what is because the aliens? What?
The aliens have almond shaped, like, you know.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And when
that makes sense.
And when
that can make complete sense.
And when I went to the Congo, for the first time when I was 18, they thought I was an alien. They said I was. The black kids were crying and screaming, saying, "From the moon, from the moon!"
Are you serious?
Yeah.
From the moon.
So I'm like, okay, and you know, this is all like, this is what the whole trip was like. It was him like constantly fucking with me, like making jokes with me, and then not being able to tell what was serious and what was, you know. So he's like, all right, so this is why you're bad drivers, but it's like, okay, this makes sense if you fly in a UFO. And he's like, and we're all about math and science. That's why Asians are so good at math and all that shit. That explains the eyes. And then I'm like, wait, there's one thing though. How the fuck did you fuck if you don't have any genitals? And he goes, oh, that's the divine, whatever how Jesus was born, the divine
immaculation,
immaculate.
No, that's how Mary was born. Jesus.
Or how Mary.
Yeah.
That's how.
No, the immaculate conception was Mary's conception.
So I'm like, wait. So Jesus was Asian, and he's like, let's talk about something else. And, and so like I'm like, what the fuck?
Wait, why didn't he want to talk to you about that? Because like,
but this person.
No. Okay. Let me tell you, I can't control where the trip was going.
Right.
Like that was the beginning of just let's start this off by humorous, you know?
Yeah.
The next part of it was like soul rape. Like it was like me like putting my hand through the sand and like dragging my fingers through the sand, and like whatever dents I made in the sand like spelled like some crazy like hieroglyphic language, and like the things were popping up and down, and I was like, oh fuck. And then like I became everyone in my life that I know that's been sexually abused or raped. I wasn't like observing it. I became them when they were raped, like 4 years old, 11 years old, Jesus. Whatever. Then I became the rapist. I became the rapist raping Then I became the rapist raping the person that became that. Then and I was like, I don't want to do this. And then I became like every time I thought of my friends, it would turn to instantly compassion and like love for you guys. And then I became all of you guys as children, and horrible things happening. Like I was hairy and Juan was beating me up, and like just like every kind of abuse that could happen. And whether it actually happened or not, I don't know. Some of it I do know, but like I was being abused to shit, and I was like in hell. I was in a living hell.
Jesus Christ.
Whoa. And then this beautiful girl came out of this room, and I was like, oh, cool, like some sex shit, awesome. And then I was like, oh man, and she came up and we just started kissing, and I was like, yes, this is fucking awesome.
And it was Denzolo.
Well, that we had a whole other thing. Oh. Like I like we keep doing like really gay things and saying to each other, not gay, not gay. And I thought it was fun. I thought, this is on my second time I did it, I thought it would be funny if I touched his dick while he was high and whispered into his ear, not gay. But instead,
he deserves it. He was massaging my dick and balls for like an hour.
Well, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to touch his dick and whisper to him, not gay. And the thing is, when you're tripping, like you don't, like it's so powerful, you don't know if you're actually doing it or not.
Oh yeah.
So then we're making out. Me and Denzolo are like full French, but then our lips start, our faces are, and I start like, we start like jerking each other off, going, not gay, not gay, not gay, not gay, not gay. And then like he's fucking me in my ass, and I'm like, not gay, not gay. and I'm fucking him in his ass, and he's like, not gay, Dave, not gay. And then from our dicks, a bunch of little dicks come out like branches, and then all these dicks are going into each other's like eyeballs and ears, and we're like, we're just like entwined in this ball like of dicks fucking each other, just going, not gay, not gay. And so the part where I was like feeling like the part where like everyone was getting raped, and then I became the rapist, and like I didn't want to be there. I wanted to take myself out of it, and like that part, I felt the weight of the pain of like my entire family and all my friends, and it just started making me cry like crazy. And then I saw this beautiful woman come out, and I was like, oh yes, thank God. And she was like, her face was like a mix of like every girl that like, what the fuck, dude?
All right, dude, hold on, let's turn it off.
Why don't you just turn it off from the beginning?
It's just text sound.
So her face was like a combination of every like beautiful girl. Mm-hmm. And then like we were kissing, and then it was like Yoshi's thing. Like I started massaging her whole body, and she had like a fucking humongous penis.
Oh, Jesus!
Wait! Oh, why does my name come to that?
Because
you're like a dick. Yeah,
you did that.
Snake pit.
So you know, like all these things, everything that's like your worst fear, is just nonchalant and like whatever. It's like, who cares? Like, so I'm like, whatever. I'm with the tranny. So I start having sex with the tranny, And then the next, like, I don't know, the way the time works, I committed every fucking gay act. Like, I was sucking dick,